Hi, friends. Welcome to the Putting You Back Together Again show. We are back in action. I'm Rochelle Booker, aka Coach Ro.
And I'm CJ Joseph, CEEJAY, her part-time co-host. What we got today?
Yes. Well, today's show is a very hot topic.
Woo,
Hot summer
sizzling,
love.
sizzling. Because
Sizzling.
it's hot out there, y'all.
Yes, it
Okay,
is. And not just the outside
and
temperature.
not just the outside temperature.
So we are kicking off a brand new series called Hot Summer Love with our first show on If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. I hope you're sipping on a cool drink because this show is going to be hot and steamy, as you can already tell. He's fanning himself.
It's getting hot
Yeah,
in here.
it sure is. And it's not from hot flashes either. The entire series will be just that, hot and steamy. Well, there's something magical, as you all know, about summer love. And it's no surprise that summer is the most romantic season to
Mm.
fall in love. In fact, every person's dream, or most people's dream, is to fall in love. So owning a home is not the only dream in America, right? Falling in love is a dream.
Finding
too.
that boo.
Yeah, find that boo. In fact, Ella Fitzgerald and the Isley Brothers wrote a song, including other artists, wrote a song entitled "Let's Fall in Love."
Let's fall in love.
Research shows us that there are 5 reasons why summer is the best season to fall in love, and we'll explore those reasons in a few minutes. We'll also, though, want to focus on the traps of falling in love with the wrong person. Yes, so love is a beautiful thing when it's with the right person, right?
Mm.
Otherwise, it can really lead to heartbreak and pain. So, CJ, many people fall into this trap when they are in love with someone, but that other person doesn't reciprocate that love.
Yep. Yep.
And that other person would rather stay in that relationship
Yep.
than to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the heart,
That's right.
the heart is a vulnerable organ,
It is. It
Right?
is. It is.
and you just have to be mindful of that.
You do.
But yeah,
You have to
yeah,
be mindful of that. And so even if that person knows there's not a future with someone else who's maybe not emotionally available to love them, they will still hold on to that relationship.
they will.
They will. And
Much longer than what they need to.
that's right. So we see these entanglements for that reason, right?
Well, some of that is love, and some of that is
Lust.
Okay.
That is true. That is true. So we want to know, have you been in that situation?
Oh, oh!
Tell us all about it.
Tell you all about it. Put all my business out there.
Yes.
You know, when we had our pre-production meeting, I began to fiercely search my mental Rolodex
Ooh.
on any situations that I've been in over the course of my young adult life and now middle age life.
Mhm.
If I had some situations where I loved someone
Right.
and they did not love me back, or they wasn't giving those vibes back,
Yeah.
just kind of stringed me along.
Yeah.
But I was reminded by my aunt Lily Mae in
Okay.
Florida, my aunt Sweet Potato Pie. My aunt, she don't like her nicknames. My aunt Thunderbird,
Thunderbird.
that I'm a Joseph, JOSEPH,
Uh-oh.
and I couldn't find any instances.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. They were all in love with you and you didn't love them back. Is that the case?
And I'm certain, but I'm on a serious note. I'm certain there have been some situations where I like someone and that person really didn't vibe with me,
Yeah.
but I didn't linger too long.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't linger too long,
That's good.
and because if you linger too long,
See,
you think long, you think wrong.
you think wrong.
You
And
think
that's
wrong.
the trap.
Yeah,
And
that's the
then
trap.
you wind up falling in love. Maybe you didn't intend to, because we talked about intentionality,
Mhm.
last
Mhm.
last time.
Mhm.
But and people, and it can kind of, and there's a debate about it. Is can you control your feelings?
Yep.
Even if you are intentionally trying to fall in love with someone, okay, it happens. But you also have the choice of getting out of it,
You do.
right?
You do.
And back to your point about your thinking process, your thought process. If you think on these things that are above,
Yep.
you won't be focusing on those unhealthy relationships, right?
And you have to put your focus someplace else. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about some solutions that you can fight to have in your life in those situations.
Mhm.
But we also are talking about not only those that you love and they didn't love you back, but if loving you is wrong, you don't want to be right where you're loving somebody else,
Yeah.
trying to make it tight.
Oh, that was tight, but it was
Right.
right.
But it was
But
right.
It was right.
And there have been, because that song famously written by Homer Banks, Carl Hampton, and Raymond Jackson in 1972 and performed by Luther Ingram. Now, the
Mhm.
song itself, If
Yeah.
Loving You Was Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right, was recorded by over 20 artists
Oh, wow.
in different genres:
Wow.
country,
Mhm.
rock,
Mm.
jazz,
Oh, wow.
and even French.
Even French.
Even
Wow.
French.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Wow.
Si, loving you.
Wow.
But now Millie Jackson, she had a nice spin on it.
Uh-oh, Millie.
Millie had a 3-part version.
Oh.
She had the reprise
Uh-huh.
and the ending, but she also had the middle part, the
Mm.
rap,
The rap.
where she was talking about being the other woman.
Oh, the other woman.
The other
See?
woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So there's a
interesting.
little dynamic in that
Yeah.
itself, because
Yeah.
there's hopefully only 3 people,
Mhm.
could be more sometimes,
Could be.
involved in that situation.
Yeah.
And how does it feel to be the other person on the outside?
Mhm.
So we want you all to chime in, call in, and let us know what's going on, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So with that being said, let's see here. Let me get with that being said, there's a term called unrequited. Unrequited.
Okay.
It literally means having strong. There's a definition for
Oh.
in the glossary, y'all. Having strong romantic feelings toward another person
Uh-huh.
who does not feel the same way.
Oh, wow.
So there's a term, a fancy term,
Uh-huh.
unrequited. I had to phonetically break it
Oh.
down
Oh,
just to make
really?
sure I was
Uh-huh.
pronouncing it correctly.
Oh, I've
But
never heard that.
unrequited, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But having strong romantic feelings toward another person who
Mhm.
does not feel the same way.
Mhm.
And that can be very tricky.
It can be. Yeah.
That can be very, very tricky
Yeah.
because your heart gets, as Usher said back in the day, caught up.
It does.
It gets caught up. And regardless of what our mind tells us,
Yeah.
the heart
Mhm.
is telling us something completely different, right? And that has it can have a profound effect on a
It can.
person's mentality,
Mhm.
emotions,
The L word. Yes.
their spirituality,
Yes.
right? Their finances,
Yes.
yeah, right?
All the above.
And even their physicality, because
Mhm.
they'll get a tub of ice cream.
Oh no. And start eating that. See? See what love makes you do some crazy things.
It does.
It doesn't. It
It
puts
does.
weight on us. It adds weight. Or sometimes it
does.
makes you lose weight because you're depressed and you're just not eating anything.
It does.
So is it worth it? Is it worth staying in those unhealthy, unbalanced relationships?
Right.
When you know that love is not being reciprocated? Are people just hoping that person's going to just come around? Or they're just disconnected from reality, or they just don't care?
Well, they care enough to hang around to see if it's going to come to fruition.
Right.
And most times it doesn't. So if you're
Had to
no,
have been difficult.
absolutely. So let's break it down. Let's get into it.
Yes. Okay. So the 5 reasons why summer is the best season for falling in love. Number one, you have more opportunities to meet new and exciting people.
How so?
Well, because you're going to barbecues, you're going to visit the beach,
Mhm,
you're going to
mhm,
pool parties.
mhm,
So you have more access,
mhm.
right?
And you probably let some things hang out at the
Yeah.
pool party, at the
So,
beach,
yes.
and at the barbecues.
Well, that was number two. Yeah. And you're dressing a lot,
Did I call it? See, I don't even know what her notes are.
No, he doesn't.
I don't even know what your notes are, and I
No.
called it. Letting stuff hang out.
Yes, we are connected here. Yes, you're letting it all hang out. Isn't there a song about that?
It is.
Yeah. And that's what happens. And because of that, you're feeling sexier. And then also people are eating less, so they're feeling lighter.
Mhm,
And so they are
Mhm.
dressing a little more provocatively.
mhm,
And so you're getting more attention as a result.
mhm.
So all that mixed together.
Especially if they took time out, let's say 3 months before summer kicked off,
Right.
took time out to get in the gym,
That's right. And
You
work
know,
it out.
get
Pump it up.
get some rolls
Tighten it
off.
That's
Not
right.
like jelly roll.
No. Then you start doing the Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, that's what they want to do at the barbecue, that Tootsie Roll.
That's right.
That's right.
True. And the warm weather means you're likely to be in a better mood too. So
Very true, because
yeah.
you're not cooped up inside because of the
Uh-huh.
cold weather and things like that.
that's
Now,
right.
there are some things to be said about cooped up inside with cold weather too. Now.
Yeah, see, you can snuggle and
Yeah,
also light the
yeah,
fireplace.
yeah.
So see,
Yeah.
but so it puts you in the mood.
Mhm.
You guys know what that means. According to a 2004 study conducted at the University of Michigan, warm weather boosts your mood and opens your mind, which means it opens a lot of other things.
Oh,
Right, right.
wind it up.
So exposure to sunlight triggers the body to produce mood boosting dopamine and serotonin.
Endorphins.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
There you go. Those
See, hormones.
there's a science behind it,
There is.
right?
There's
There
a
is a
science behind it.
science
So
behind it.
it is physiological, yes.
But now let's tackle some of these while before we breeze through them.
Yes.
Been in a situation where you went to a cookout, a barbecue,
Mhm.
a pool party, and you was wearing your stuff maybe,
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah.
someone said, "Hey,"
Well, they
and
do
did
that in
and,
church.
and did a Tevin Campbell. Can we talk
yeah.
for a minute?
Yeah, and they do that at church too. It doesn't have to be at a barbecue, but yeah,
Okay.
it does. And so, it's all about also, obviously physical attraction. So you've got
Well,
to be physically attracted to that person.
Yes. Now,
And-
before the heart even gets into it,
That's right. That's right.
there is something about that person
Mm-hmm.
that you
Yes.
are attracted
That
to. It
catches
could be
your
their
eye.
walk.
Yes.
It could be their hair.
That's right.
It could be their eyes, their
That's right.
nose, their lips.
That's right.
I mean, hopefully they're real.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully all
These
those
days,
things.
yeah, might be a little plastic.
Right? So hopefully they're real. But
Yeah.
even before the heart gets involved, there's something about that
There's
person
something,
that
yeah.
attracts you.
Yes.
Right?
And there's that. Yeah, he or she caught my eye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like mint condition. But
Exactly.
that's right. So and then you start having a conversation, and then there's that. So it moves from physical attraction to the mental attraction.
Mhm,
Because if I can have a stimulating conversation with someone, that is so attractive to me.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
It is, because if you can find someone that is mentally in the same wavelength that you are,
Mhm.
and you're able to have those, as you mentioned, stimulating conversations that
That's right.
that get the membrane juices flowing.
That's right. Yeah.
Because then at some point the physicality
Yeah.
will fade.
That's right. It will fade.
It will
Yes.
fade.
Gravity starts getting a hold of
Right.
some of us.
It will fade. It will shift.
It will shift.
Right? It will pivot. Right?
That's right.
But that's why you have to have a contract. Anyway, that's a different show.
Oh, yes, it is. Do we have a comment?
Yes, we have Miss Roxy Banks 13 on Instagram.
What up, Roxy?
Y'all were talking about what turns you on about people.
Yes.
And her first response was confidence.
Mm.
That's good.
Roxy Banks 13 on Instagram.
Okay.
Roxy. Is that like
Yes.
short for Roxanne? Roxanne?
I want a man. That's great, Roxy. Confidence
is.
is very important. If someone exudes confidence, that is very appealing to me as well. Thank you for that.
Yeah, when you walk into the room, you want to
That's right.
you want to own the room
You want to
if
own
you
the
can,
room. That's right.
right?
That's right.
You want to own the room. If you're walking in there timid, shy,
Yeah.
that may now some people may be attracted to that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But most people want someone who is
Mhm.
confident.
Mhm.
Talk to us.
Yes. Come on, Malcolm.
Comedian See No Evil on Instagram.
Oh,
no
see no
evil.
evil.
What's he talking about? Love is blind. That is true to some degree. He said love it. Yeah.
Well, yes, but
Some degree.
again, maybe it's the physical part that is blind.
That is blind.
Because you have to be there are levels to it.
Yeah, there are levels.
You have to be attracted to that person for something. Before the
Yeah.
Now, some of that is lustfulness.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
I mean,
and the heart just like,
because everyone doesn't have a big butt and small hips.
Right.
So, I mean, to that point, love is in the eye of the beholder, or beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what's attractive to me may not be attractive to the next woman.
Very true. Very true. But love is blind. Once you get to that point, comedian See No Evil, yes, you are right. Sometimes love is blind.
That's right.
Where you, just like the song says, loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right, because the love is blind. Your heart don't want to see what your eyes do.
That's right. Yeah.
Let me press rewind and press play. Your heart don't want to see what your eyes do.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. And so you see that it's a bad situation, but you're following your heart. You're following your heart, right? So that's a good point.
Yeah. Great point, comedian See No Evil.
Thank you for that. Any more comments?
Before we
I'll look it up right quick. I'm on Facebook right now. Nobody's commenting.
It's okay.
Instagram. We have several people tuned in. People tuned in on Instagram. They're mighty quiet. We've got Miss Mimi Montgomery. She's got a show here on Real Talk 100 Radio, but no one else is commenting.
That's okay. We're going to move along. That's if you want to chime in with us at 832-560-2885 to give us a shout and to let us know your situation, or maybe your past situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully you've divested already.
Well, hopefully so. But
so what else we got?
Don't feel ashamed. I mean, this is a comfortable space, a safe space.
Yes.
To tell us all about it.
No judgment zone.
Yes, we are not judging you.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah. We're joking. We are not judging you. And the third point is you have less responsibility in the summer, because a lot of times the kids are away.
Very true.
At a summer camp or away with grandparents.
Very
so
true.
You've got more me time.
Very
to,
true.
Sort of roam around and do your own thing.
Yes. To get in some stuff.
To get in some trouble. Good trouble.
I don't know.
Not all the time.
I don't know. That's not the good trouble our guy was talking about, John. No.
That's not what he meant.
Probably not.
Yeah. Now, there are instances, I mean, this is real talk, so let's keep it real.
Yes.
People are in relationships, whether marriages or your boyfriend, girlfriend, and you may be in love, but that other person may have fallen out of love.
Ooh.
In that situation, they feel that they're in a loveless relationship that may cause them to want to roam and start looking for something else, and then they wind up falling in love with someone else. So you've got so many different dynamics there,
Yeah, and sometimes when you're quote unquote falling out of love, there is something that you're not getting that you used to get that you're no longer getting.
That's right.
And you go searching for it someplace else.
That's right.
Right.
For that void, to fill that void,
to fill in that gap.
That's right.
Right. And we're not talking about the Greenwood Archer Pine Street Band, Gap Band.
That's right.
The young folks don't know about that.
No, they don't. Right. No, they don't. Gap Band.
Now,
yes.
But let's take a moment and discuss maybe a couple of items, how some people, because this is putting you back together again show, right? So not only providing what the situation is, but also providing solutions for those situations, right? So one of the things you could do is focus on self-care. Focus on self-care. Shout out to Langston of Mr. Iconic Brand, who gave me this shirt, Self-Love, some years ago. Okay. So it's very appropriate for this show. So shout out Langston. Good job for all the things that you're doing. But focus on self-care, self-love. Because sometimes we will give so much love to someone else
Mhm.
that we neglect ourselves.
Mhm. We do.
And in order for you to love someone else efficiently,
Mhm. You gotta
effectively,
love yourself first.
you have to love yourself
That's
first.
right. You do.
Fall in love all again
Mhm.
with yourself.
Yes.
So focus on self-care.
Yes, that's good. And that is very important. That is very important. And so loving yourself, taking care of yourself, and if that's health and fitness, getting rest, taking vacation, whatever it is
Mhm,
you need
mhm.
to do, give yourself some, me time,
Me time.
some special time,
Yes.
and don't always make your life about somebody else.
Ooh.
I mean, can you be happy just with being with you for a while? There are people too who jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, and that's very unhealthy and very unbalanced. Once you get through one, decompress,
Mhm.
right? And get past that. Let your feelings dissolve before you move into something else, jump into something else.
I was telling, I'm producing a movie in Florida,
Mhm.
and my guy, Ronald Diltz, we was chiming back and forth, and he says, I told him, I said, well, listen, man, when we turned the alarm on Friday night,
Mhm.
it did not disarm until Sunday going to church,
Uh,
right? And shout out to our Pastor Cosby. We hope that, we pray
mhm.
that you are much better, that everything went wonderfully well, and that you're on the mend. We're praying for you.
Yes.
But I told him, I said, there's a blessing in being still
Mhm. Just be
versus
still.
jumping here, jumping there,
there.
jumping here,
Always moving
jumping there,
around.
always moving
Yes,
around,
yes.
jumping from one relationship to another.
That's right.
Be still.
Be still.
He says, be still
and know
know
that I am God.
that I am.
God.
So
Yes.
sometimes you just have to be still.
You do.
Whatever is there,
Mhm.
it's going to be there.
That's right.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Right?
It's not.
Focus on that me time and just be still.
That's right.
Yes.
And if that relationship is meant to be, it'll happen. God will make sure that it grows, it thrives, but you want to be in a healthy relationship. And if that person is emotionally unavailable to love you back,
Mhm.
then put some distance, create some distance and say,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
when you're ready to get out of whatever it is that you're hooked up in,
Mhm.
get out of that and then we can talk.
Yes. Yes.
And about building something between,
Right.
between
Right.
us.
Exactly. Now, I think we need to go to a commercial
Yes.
break. Yes, because we have some sponsors, y'all.
Yes.
We have some sponsors that need to get paid
Yes.
and be recognized. So, sponsor coming up. Who's next? Now, Barber and Beauty Studio.
Mm.
You know you're about to experience a little taste of joy when you hear these words. Who's next? Who's Next Now Barber and Beauty Studio by Lena, Pat, and their capable team will create an oasis for your hair. With over 30 years of experience, from fades to cut and coloring, eyelash extensions, products, and so much more, Who's Next Now is deeper than hair. Located at 1702 First Street East, Suite C in Humble, 77338. For your deeper than hair appointment, call 832-405-9587. Who's Next Now Barber and Beauty Studio. It's deeper than hair.
Welcome back to Putting You Back Together Again radio show with Coach Rowe. I'm CJ, CEEJAY. And if you're just now tuning in, we are talking about our Hot Summer Love series, part 1. If loving you is wrong,
I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
Yes.
So thanks and big shout out to our sponsor as well. Who's Next Now? Barber and Beauty Studio. We appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you for your support. We
Yes.
love y'all. We love y'all. So number 5, the reason that summer is the best season to fall in love. The 5th reason is there's little to no pressure to commit.
Ooh. No strings attached.
So in other words, summer love actually is a summer fling.
Summer hookup. Yeah.
So you're just hooking up for a
Hooking
few
up.
months. But then to that point, if you do hook up and then your feelings start growing and you fall in love, which is possible, then what? you're stuck.
Walk, 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 walk. Oh,
So maybe you intended it for just to be a little short-term fling or hookup,
yeah,
but see,
yeah. You just never know.
You never
You never
know.
know where a little crack in the heart, something will be let in, right?
So-
Some feelings seep in.
seep in. That's
Right.
right.
You know,
See?
you thought it was all just a plaything,
That's right.
but now it's a heart thing.
Yeah, it's a love thing.
Yes.
A love thing.
Yeah.
It is.
There's
Yeah.
another R&B song.
Another R&B song. Look, that we're on a roll. So you just get caught up and you enjoy the
Like
moment.
Usher. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's tough to maneuver through that because love is such a strong, powerful emotion.
It really is. Let me tell you.
Tell us about it.
It really is. Love will make you, who was it? Al Green.
No, yeah.
Love will make you do right, and love will make you do
wrong.
wrong. Make you come home early and make you stay out all night long. The power
Preach.
of love. Love, I'm telling you, love has a strong pull.
It does.
And when you can't,
It's yeah.
we got a comment.
We got a comment. True.
Love will make you do wrong.
Man, I'm telling you,
Make
it'll make
you
you
do
do
right
right
And make
and
you
make
do
you
wrong.
do wrong all at the
will.
same time.
All at the same time.
Right.
It cuts both ways.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
So, oh, let me think back.
You don't have to think that far back, do you?
Oh, I don't know.
How many hearts have you broken?
No, well, I've had my heart broken.
Have you?
Oh gosh, my heart has been
Oh.
my achy, breaky heart.
Oh, but your heart has
So,
been mended. Yeah.
But yes, yeah, but you know what?
Mhm.
He can mend all broken
Yes,
hearts.
he's able.
Yes,
Yes.
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 So what else we got?
What are the solutions?
Well,
So we can help
great.
you put your life
Yeah.
back together
Well,
again.
the second solution, you actually alluded to one of them already,
Ah.
which I had number 3 on my list, was to distance yourself,
Mhm.
to put that distance in between. Now, most people
Mhm.
don't have corded phones any
Mhm.
longer.
That's right.
You have your cell phones, right? So one of the ways you can distance yourself
Mhm.
is by blocking that person,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
Blocking that person, your phone,
Mm-hmm.
blocking that person on social media
Yeah.
to help give you that distance that you need,
That space that you need.
that space
That's
that you
right,
need, so you can
it.
go to number 1,
Yes.
which is focus on yourself.
yes, self-care. Yes.
Okay, so that's number 3, distance yourself. Number 2, let go of the fantasies.
Oh, fantasies. Fantastic boys.
Let go of the fantasies,
Oh my goodness.
because you're fantasizing about being with that person,
yeah.
but they're not fantasizing about being with you.
Right.
So like the movie Frozen,
Mm-hmm.
let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go.
It's easier said than done.
It is easy, especially when you're in the moment.
That's right. When you're in the moment,
When you're in the moment, it is you can't see clearly.
you can't.
You really
Right.
can't.
You don't have 2020.
You don't have
Vision.
2020. You
and you talk about fantasy, but for that person who's in love, it's not a fantasy. That's real to them.
Mhm.
So, and then
Mhm.
me coaching someone saying, "Oh, it's a fantasy," by the way, they're not trying to hear that. They're like, "No,
Right.
this is real. My heart is into this person," although they're, not understanding that person is not
not into them.
I'm just not that into you.
Right. SWV. I'm so into you. Not.
Not.
Yeah, not. We got some comments coming in, Malcolm.
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, we'll keep it moving. So yeah, that was 2 and 3. So focus on self-care. That's self-love.
Yes.
Right.
Self-love.
2, let go of any fantasies. And 3, distance yourself.
All right, Mr. Sinatra. Love is a weird feeling, and I'm not even an emotional man like that. But the love I got from my women make me a little crazy, laugh out loud, and even that confused me.
Basically, Burr
Yes.
Sinatra. Shout out to Florida,
Yes.
my Florida guy.
Thank you, Mr. Bird.
Yes, yes.
It is confusing.
Love can be very Confucius,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because your heart can be telling you one thing,
That's right.
And if we talked about, your mind is telling you something different.
That's right.
Your mind is telling you let go, but your heart says no.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
It's like a bipolar thing going on here.
So yeah. Now, and then on the top of that,
Yeah.
the person that you love may be given different vibes.
See,
depending
that's
upon
true.
which day it is.
You right? That's
Right?
right. See, we talked about that a few weeks ago about mixed signals,
Mm-hmm.
about the ghosting.
Huh.
We talked about ghosting.
Everything comes back to our first show
Our
that we did,
first
our inaugural show,
Yes.
ghosting.
That's right. And people do send out mixed signals.
They do.
It's like, in one breath, it's like they care about you, they want to be with you. And then the next day, it's like, who are you?
It's like changing with the wind.
It is.
Whatever the direction of the wind, that's where their emotions go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you have someone like that in your life,
Run.
snip, snip,
Run, baby, run. Don't snip the wrong thing, though. Just,
cut them off. Cut them off.
yeah.
Cut them
Don't
off.
cut off any organs, but
Yeah. Yeah,
just run, get out of it.
because you may do some jail time.
You might do some jail time. We don't want you to catch a case.
Yeah, don't catch a case. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, as far as we said running, find a new focus. That's solution number
Ooh.
4. Find a new focus.
Focus.
So
Yeah.
your focus, your heart-centric focus was on that person.
Yeah,
Now you have to find a new focus
That's
to
right.
focus in on
that's right.
to get your focus off of
Yes.
where your focus shouldn't be.
So let's give them some ways to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can pick up a hobby.
That's right. You can pray.
You can pray.
Yeah. First and
You can-
foremost.
You can go to Bible study.
You can go to Bible study.
But you can take a sabbatical,
That's right.
right?
Get away from all of it. Yes.
Change your environment.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
And surround yourself with positive thinking, supportive people.
Like-minded.
Yes, definitely. Equally
Someone who's
yoked.
going to lift you up
Yeah.
and not tear you
And
down.
not tear you down.
Yeah.
And also the person that you're in love with, are you equally yoked with that person? And
Well,
that's
that's
another
another
thing.
show.
That's a whole nother show. We just fall in love with people. I mean, it's like, okay, if you did have a full-fledged relationship with them, I mean, are you equally yoked? Do you guys share the same values, the same vision for life, the
Yep.
same goals? I mean,
Yep.
that's a whole nother thing.
Yep.
So
And you may, and it may not be where you agree, obviously, on everything,
but something. Yeah.
but there's a give and a take. There's some
Yes.
compromise. There's some understanding. There's
Right.
some leeway,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That has to be made, because not everything is going to be black and white,
Right.
up and down.
That's right.
It's just not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
But but you got to have some things in common.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And love is sacrifice too. Is that person willing to be sacrificial? Right? It can't always be about you, boo.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Some sacrifices definitely have to be made
Yeah.
in order to have a 50-50 split in a love relationship.
Well, now I got to push back on that because Teddy Pendergrass got it wrong. Love ain't 50-50. It's 100-100.
Well, no. Well, I mean, you have to give 100, but I'm saying is you both are giving up yourself. So 50-50 on, coming in to make that 100, right? But you can't tiptoe around it.
No, you can't tiptoe around it.
You have to
But
make
you have to give
sure.
all of you. You do have to give 100% of yourself. You can't just give a percentage. One person's giving 100% and you're giving 20. That's an imbalance, and that's not going to work.
Right. But when we're speaking about equally yoked,
Back to that point, equally yoked.
yeah.
Yeah.
So got to be some equality.
So,
in
and
there.
then why people know that there's not equality there, but people will still settle just to have a piece of someone rather than just being by themselves. I'd rather be by myself. If you've got a piece of someone, what do you really have?
Well, Guy said it best.
I want a piece of that love.
Piece of my love.
Yes.
Ooh, that just took me back.
That's
right
old
there.
school. It's
That
taking
took
us
me-
back.
that took me
Yes.
back right
well,
there.
I want all of your love. Why do I have to
Yeah,
settle for
piece
just a
of
piece
my
of
love.
your love?
We did a step show off of
Yeah.
that.
I mean, do you agree with that if you were a single man? I mean, a piece of you is better than nothing. Sure, you would say yes. You're
I mean,
CJ.
back in my day. No, I'm just joking.
No, it's not.
But just sometimes peace is better than none at all.
Oh, is it?
Am I right
Ladies,
about it?
Y'all feeling this, lady?
Am I right about it?
Feeling this.
Sometimes a piece is better than nothing at all. Give me a piece of chicken. Give me a piece of candy.
Well, that's different than a piece of your heart. That's different than a piece of your heart and your soul and your spirit and all of you. So yeah, that analogy doesn't stick when it comes to relationships. But I mean, if you want to settle for that, but then on the back end of that, just be prepared. There's going to be some heartache and pain.
Heartache and
associated.
pain.
Yeah.
Heartache and
So
pain.
prepare yourself mentally.
Well,
emotionally.
we are definitely chiming in with the Putting You Back Together Again show, and call in 832-560-2885.
Yes. And
Let us
Mr.
know what's on your mind.
That's right. And comedians see no evil. Please call in. We want to hear from you. You made some great comments and we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, what we got, Malcolm?
Miss Danita Forges of
Oh.
Boogie's Boiling. She makes some of the best crawfish in Houston and has some of the best butter that goes on top of crawfish.
Oh, it sounds good.
She says Betty Wright said a piece of a man is better than no man at all.
See? Thank you.
Old school.
Thank you. Making my
Yes.
point for me.
Yes.
And see, this is back in the day.
That was back in the day.
when you had people hopping in and hopping out of
That's
all
right.
kinds of
Yeah,
situations,
That's
right?
right. All kinds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And some people may settle for that,
Yeah.
right?
Some people may
Having a
settle for it
piece of something
Is-
versus nothing at all.
versus nothing at all. Even though it could be next to nothing, but people rather just because some people just don't want to be alone.
Well, here's the deal. Now, part of this conversation is about a person not loving you the way
Yes.
that you love them.
Uh-huh.
But the other part is being the other person.
Mhm.
See, that other person, they know they're only getting a piece of that person that they
Mhm.
love because he or she is committed to somebody
Is
else.
entangled, yes, with
Right?
someone else. So
So, but they're satisfied
they're satisfied.
with a piece,
Of course they are.
right?
Yeah, because they've got the best of both worlds.
Well,
So why wouldn't they be
because
satisfied?
she says, if I can't be with you all the
Yeah.
time, I just give me some time,
That's right. Yeah.
right?
So
But-
spare time, spare tire, sometime.
That may not satisfy
everybody.
everybody.
But some people are
But-
okay with it.
Yeah, great point. Did we have
Yeah.
another chime in, Malcolm?
No, Miss Danita, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thanks for chiming in. We greatly appreciate you.
We encourage all of you that are listening to call in. Miss Angela Vieira, she said she shared the video. We have Bird Sinatra, of course, and on Instagram, still the same people. Instagram. I encourage you all to share the video to inboxes.
Yes.
That's how we share on Instagram. Anybody that's tuned in on Facebook and any other social media platform, please feel welcome to tag people to this comment thread and share.
Yes.
Now,
thank
let's
you.
talk about solution number 5. Practice gratitude.
Yes.
There's so much that you can be grateful for,
Mhm. That's right.
right? And you don't need another person to do so,
That's right.
right?
Yes.
It helps with the right person,
The right person.
Right, with
That's
the right person.
Yes.
but be grateful.
Mhm.
Practice gratitude because
That's
that
right.
can go a long way. Gratitude can change your attitude.
And you've got people saying, "Hey, I'm grateful. I'm getting a piece of that person." So they're saying that is gratitude. Well, yeah, yes and no, but it's if you're fully committed and that person only sees you as an option
Mhm.
and you're making them a priority. Maya Angelou even said that it's time to move on.
Yes.
Because you can't make someone a priority and they only see you as an option. That's not sustainable.
Yes.
It feels good because we're in our flesh. Flesh feels so good, to have those types of romantic connections. But at the end of the day, your heart's going to be broken. And, how
Yeah.
do you, no one can mend that heart but God. So that's going to take some time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
It takes
It
time.
does.
But you talked about the flesh
Yes.
because it much like I'm going to eat this double bacon. I don't eat pork, but
Yes.
double bacon cheeseburger. I'm gonna wash it down with some vanilla shake
That's right.
and a tub of fries, salted,
Right.
because it tastes and feels good.
Good. That's right.
But when you wake up the next morning,
Ah.
or maybe in the middle of the
In the
night,
middle of the night.
right?
Yes.
Calling on.
Yes. Pep talk business.
We have a caller
Caller.
coming in.
Hi, caller. Thank you for calling and putting you back together again. Show. Who are we talking to?
You are talking to comedian See No Evil. Hello.
Hey, comedian See No
Yes.
Evil.
What's
Thank
going
you
on,
for
brother?
calling in. What's on your
I'm
mind?
good. I'm good. Well, just listening to you guys, and I heard an invitation. I was like, I got personally invited, so I need to call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to us.
So, I mean, the summer love thing, it's real. It's real because it's really not summer love. It's really summer flings because you usually don't end up talking to them people anymore. It's true.
That's true. Summer
You
fling.
had your fun. You have your afterthoughts about them. Probably have a couple of little times about it, and you probably don't hear from them again. Maybe a couple summers later, but not immediately.
So basically, what you're saying is it's a James Brown syndrome. Hit it and quit it.
Oh my goodness. Well, now, what if the other person falls in love with you? How do you handle that?
Yeah.
Well, you have to be able to love the person back or have some kind of like for that person back, because the unrequited affections are serious. When you like someone and they don't like you the same way,
Mhm.
you're basically chasing them because you're thinking about them all the time. But when you speak to them, you might not get the answer from them that you want.
Yep.
And you're thinking, maybe it's not the right time, or maybe it's not the right day, so you're going to try again. Then you're going to try again. Some people just don't get that same, they don't get the clue,
That's true.
So basically, what you're saying is, comedian See No Evil. We talked about the James Brown syndrome. Now we're going to talk about the Pepe Le Pew syndrome. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, skunk on cat action. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So Pepe Le Pew will always chase,
Mm-hmm.
but there's,
Yeah.
but she's never given up.
She's never
She
given
keeps
up.
running.
Yeah.
But yeah, you bring up a great point, because that person will always find a way
Mm-hmm.
to let their heart go after what it should not go after.
All the time. It happens all the time.
All the
Every
time.
day. It does.
All the time.
And you saw at the end of those cartoons with Pepe Le Pew, you always saw that he never got that unsmelly cat that he was
Yeah.
chasing. He always found some kind but he always found some kind of other victory at the end where he was smiling about something and thinking in his own area.
Gratitude.
So
he was
you-
practicing
Gratitude. Yeah.
number 4.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
You got to focus on something else if that's not happening. Focus on somebody or something else, because that person obviously is not thinking about you the same
That's
way.
right.
Stop wasting your time.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. Exactly.
But the heart wants what the heart wants. Yeah.
It wants, but that don't mean it gets.
Yeah, that's true.
Or needs.
Yeah. Or needs.
Right.
Because wants and needs.
That might not even be the person for you. You
I
don't
know.
even know.
Yeah. And
That's right.
that's why people fall into that trap. Yeah, and they get stuck for so
Yeah.
long. Yeah, thank you for your comments. We really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for calling in, comedian See No Evil. We greatly appreciate you, brother.
No problem.
Comedian See No Evil. One more thing before you hang up.
Okay, that's okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, well, that was a great comment.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a James Brown syndrome in there. We got a Pepe Le Pew
Yeah,
syndrome in there.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. And another thing is sometimes, it doesn't have to be a physical thing. You can fall in love with someone just from having a mental connection with someone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It can just be sort of like afar, but you don't have to be physically involved with someone to actually fall in love.
Right.
Now that happens quite often.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I still go back to the notion that it would start with some sort of physicalness,
Mhm.
because you have to see that person in most cases.
Yeah.
In
But I
most
mean,
cases.
like a sexual
Yeah.
activity. You don't
Well,
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
actually
yeah.
take it to that level to
Yeah.
fall in love with someone.
Yeah. Solution number 6. Give yourself time. it's going to take time to get
Mhm.
over that person, to distance
Yes.
yourself, to really focus in on yourself. Give yourself permission
Mhm.
to give yourself time,
That's right.
right? To mend that broken heart,
Yes.
to put it for him to
Back
put it
together
back together again.
again.
Yes. That wasn't even planned, huh?
Yes, that's
So
right.
put it back together
It's a
again.
process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we got to take another quick commercial break because we got our sponsors in the house. Who's next? Now Beauty and Barber and Beauty Studio. So take us in for that sponsorship commercial.
You know you're about to experience a little taste of joy when you hear these words. Who's next? Who's Next Now Barber and Beauty Studio by Lena, Pat, and their capable team will create an oasis for your hair. With over 30 years of experience, from fades to cut and coloring, eyelash extensions, products, and so much more, Who's Next Now is deeper than hair. Located at 1702 1st Street East, Suite C in Humble, 77338. For your deeper than hair appointment, call 832-405-9587. Who's Next Now Barber and Beauty Studio? It's deeper than hair.
Could it be you, Mr. CJ?
On the ones and twos.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get back into it. If you're just joining us, this is the Putting You Back Together Again show with Coach Rowe and CJ, CEEJAY, and we're talking about our Hot Summer Love series, part 1.
Yes.
Where if loving you is wrong,
I don't want to be right.
talk to us.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So if you have any other experiences you want to share with us, please do so in the chat or give us a call.
At 832-560-2885.
Yes. All
Yes.
right. Well, you finished your list of solutions?
I have not.
Okay.
I have
let's
not.
Get with it.
Solution number 7.
Number 7.
Number 7
Okay.
coming down the line.
Okay. What's that?
Seek support.
Support. That's right.
Don't do it all by yourself.
No, don't do that.
Get a support group. We already alluded to talking about surrounding yourself with like-minded people, with people that are going to lift you up, to encourage you, right?
Yes.
To speak life into you.
That's right.
Right? So seek support. That can be in a myriad of ways in your COI, your circle of influence.
Yes.
Yes, right? So seek support. Any comments on that one?
Yeah. Now, if someone is telling you, girl, just stay in it, or, guy, just stay in it because maybe eventually he'll fall in love with you, that's not support. That's someone who's just really kind of pulling your string and just giving you some false information.
Pulling on your heartstrings.
Yeah, pulling on your heartstrings. And so if it's been a year and you still hoping that person's going to fall in love with you, come on, that's just not reality. And sometimes we're delusional and we want, exact snip, snip. Remember, not an organ. Snip, snip. You just remove yourself from that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 8, and lastly, and we may revisit a few of these as well. Be honest.
Reality.
Be honest with yourself. See the truth.
Mm-hmm. See it for what it really is, not
See
for
it for-
you want it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Not for what you think it could be,
Yeah.
what you think it ought to be,
Mm-hmm.
what you think what it used to be,
Mm-hmm. That's right.
but what it is right now in the moment. So be honest with
Be
yourself.
honest. Yeah.
And sometimes that can be very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's right.
Sometimes we want something so bad
We do.
that's in our plan, but not in his plan,
Mhm.
right? But we're so gun-ho to go after that
Mhm.
that we're blinded
Mhm.
and we're not being honest with ourselves.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you think you are a great gardener, but all the plants
Are dying.
keep dying,
maybe that's not the case.
Be honest.
Or if every time you cook something, you burn it.
Be
Be
honest.
honest.
Right?
And every time you call that woman or that man, he's tied up and busy.
Be honest.
And you're trying to go to that guy's house.
Be honest.
And there's a reason why he's not bringing you to his place.
Be honest.
Maybe because someone lives there.
Oh, hold on. Man, I gotta.
Oh, you got a story about that?
Maybe I do.
Okay. Now, did they try to come to your house and you had a woman there, or?
Oh no,
Oh.
nothing like that.
Oh, you trying to go to her
yeah,
house?
nothing like that.
Oh.
But way back in the day, in my Jacksonville days,
Uh-oh.
my Jacksonville Navy stumping the ground day. And I'm just joking. No, I'm not.
No, he's not. When he says that, he's really being honest. He's being honest.
When you're dealing with someone,
Mhm.
because I've had this to happen. She wanted more than I wanted to provide.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yep.
She wanted more than I wanted to provide,
Yeah.
and I just had to,
Let her down easy. He's broken so many hearts. I can't even keep up anymore. Okay.
yeah. She wanted more. Whoa, that was. I said I
Oh,
was
my
a
goodness.
GOSEPH
Yes.
back in the day.
Back in the day.
But yeah. I can remember. She wanted. I'm gonna leave her name nameless,
Yes.
but wanted more than I wanted to give.
No.
And so that was a situation where she wanted to be more entangled.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
just really wasn't ready for
You want, yeah.
more than what I wanted to give.
Right. You just wanted the physical and bump, and that's it. Yeah.
I
mean,
don't see nothing wrong
With a little bump and grind.
Be
At least he's
honest.
being honest. But see, she knew loving you, was wrong. She didn't want to be right. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She knew loving me was right.
Oh, she knew it was right. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
She just didn't want to be wrong.
Oh, so you're gonna flip the script on us, Mr. CJ.
Yeah. So
Well, I've had that happen to me too a few times.
talk to us.
But we're almost out of time.
No,
so-
we're not. No, we're not. We got plenty of time. The clock on the wall says that's not all.
Yeah. Well, same thing goes where, I've had one or two men fall in love with me, more than that, but who's counting? And I didn't feel the same way, and I didn't want, to your point, I didn't want the entanglement because that's just another headache.
And how did you deal with that?
I was just honest and told them I didn't feel the same way. But
Okay.
some people will not take no for an answer. I mean, I have that
Yeah.
effect on people for some reason.
Do we
Is
have
that a
someone
comment?
chiming in?
Oh, yes. Was that a Humpty Hump reference?
Uh,
Listen, we have all sorts of references today
We
that
do.
we are spilling out. To
Yeah.
be sure.
Yeah.
To be sure. Now, you actually.
we do have Bird Sinatra chiming in. What's your thoughts on long distance relationships?
Oh.
You think it's possible to build a strong love core from a
Oh.
long distance relationship?
Great question, Mr.
It is a great
Sinatra.
question.
And I say the answer is yes.
You know what? Florida, Bird. Man, call in 832
Call in, Mr. Bird. We wanna hear your voice.
832 560 2885. Call us and let us know what that situation is like for you. Are you currently in a situation where it's a long distance?
Talk to us about all of
Yes,
that.
give us a call.
and-
But that's a great
It's a
question.
great question. And that resonates with my point that I made earlier. You don't have to have a physical close proximity with someone in order to fall in love with someone. It can be long distance, or you can work with someone maybe who's in a different department, but you see that person all the time and you just start developing feelings, or in church, and you start developing feelings for someone. It happens.
But now,
Anywhere.
and more specifically on long distance relationship, yes, it can work. However, it takes two to tango.
Mhm. And
Right. It really
it
does.
does.
That both individuals have to be willing
Mhm.
to make sacrifice,
Talked about
Right.
sacrifice.
to make sacrifices
Yes.
to make it work.
That's right.
You have to create a schedule.
Mhm.
It's a great solution. And this is off the top of the dome, right? Create a schedule where on Mondays you're going to make sure nothing is taking place, and you're going to be on the phone at a certain time,
Mhm.
right? And then you also have to create a schedule where you can meet up. Maybe not going to the same city that you're in. Perhaps there's a middle
Mhm.
meeting point, right? That you can connect,
Mhm.
but you have to do it consistently. That's the key,
Yeah.
being consistent.
Mhm.
So it can work. You just have to have sacrificial consistency.
That's right. You
Ooh.
do. And
Ooh.
communication.
And communication.
And because make sure that that person is also in love with you, that it's mutual. Is it mutual? Are we even asking these questions anymore? Hey, babe, how do you feel about me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's
sometimes actions speak louder than words.
well, that's true
So,
too. Well, you still got to communicate, but you can see the nonverbal communication too.
Yes.
But you need to still have the
Yes.
verbal as well. But you're
Yes.
right. Yeah, it goes
Yes.
both ways.
So yes, you can have that long. We have some chats coming in. No, okay,
Just likes.
okay. Oh, beautiful. Keep liking,
Yeah,
keep loving,
liking,
keep watching,
and
keep
sharing.
viewing. Yes,
just like you share your love, share love, share
absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
yeah, but create a schedule
Mhm.
where nothing takes place but that phone call, that FaceTime, that Zoom time,
the love.
that
Mhm.
whatever it is. Where nowadays, because of technology,
You got Zoom.
it can be more than a phone
virtual
call,
love.
right? Exactly.
That's right.
Computer love.
Yes, yes, yes. That's right. That's right.
Computer love. So you can
Yes.
do those things, but make sure when you do, have that time set
Mhm.
aside specifically for that person, and then create a schedule around that as well, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then plan
Mm-hmm.
to connect physically,
Mm-hmm.
to see each other, whether it's in each other's cities,
Mhm.
or maybe there's a meeting point in the middle.
Mhm.
And that may be a great idea, meeting someone at a place where you've never been before,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a beautiful thing. So yes,
Yeah.
Bird, you can have a long distance relationship, but it takes sacrifice and has to be consistent.
Mhm.
And just like Coach Rowe alluded to, communication is key.
And the other C word is commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment is key.
Yeah.
Because that's where we get into the trap of you loving someone and that's the wrong person, because one person's committed, the other is not. And back to being equally yoked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any other comments before we wrap up this show? Wow.
Yeah.
This was a good one. Woo!
Sizzle.
Yes.
Sizzle.
I need a fan in here, and it's not from Hot Flashes. Okay, go ahead, producer. No comments? Any other comments?
No comments right now, but I would still like to encourage. We have only 2 minutes left in the show, and I'm willing to extend this an extra 5 minutes.
Oh,
If
right.
you have any experiences, or have you been a side piece?
yeah.
Have you been a side piece? Have you been on the end where you had
Yes.
a side piece? I'm encouraging you to call in. You're right in the middle of
Mhm.
the Putting You Back Together Again show. I want to make sure we pay homage to our sponsor.
Yes.
The sponsor is sitting right in front of you. Her name is Miss Rochelle Booker, and she is the owner of Putting You Back Together Again. She is a what? A life coach?
Yes, life coach, business coach, financial coach, radio talk show host. I own my own travel agency. So you guys want to travel together to meet your boo?
Ha!
Take your boo on a trip, give me a call and I'll get you guys set up.
CJ, give them your credentials,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, I am an actor, producer, voiceover artist, of course, radio show host, podcast, life insurance agent, to make sure you get your stuff in order because you're going to need it one day. But yes, MC of live events as well. So yeah, that is me at CJ Joseph, CeeJayJoseph.
Yes.
And Miss Rochelle, how do they
Yes.
contact you for life coaching or travel agency?
They can send me an email at puttingyubta@outlook.com. Send me an email, and I would love to hear from you guys. And be sure to follow me. You can also connect with me on social media.
Yes.
And the side piece thing, we didn't stay on that too long. But any thoughts about being a side piece? I'm sure on the other side of it, having a side piece is wonderful.
Peace of my
We know,
love.
yeah. That doesn't give you a peace of mind, but you've got a piece of something else.
Piece of dog
Giving.
chicken.
Piece of dog. So, but some people are good with it. They're comfortable with it. Hey, we're not being judgmental, but at the end of the day, is that going to make you happy
For a moment.
for a moment? Is there a future in that?
For a moment.
For a moment. So it's fleeting. So that's what we're talking about. Love can be fleeting. So make
Yes.
sure that person is into you just as you are into that other person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, that does it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we know that love is a very powerful emotion. And sometimes we find ourselves falling in love with someone who we can't have a future with, or someone who's not in love with us. And that reality can easily eclipse the love that we want to share with that other person.
Yep.
If it's real love, though, with the right person, then your desires will be in harmony and in balance.
Mhm.
Whomever you choose to love, make sure it's with someone who's emotionally available to love you back. Get what you deserve. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, is what we should be saying to God, because loving him will always pay off and pay dividends. His love will never fail.
Never fail.
Never fails. Thank you guys for tuning in and for joining us today. Be sure to follow us and like us on social media. I love you, and be sure to love yourself. Thank you all.
Until the next time, be blessed.
Be blessed.
1, 2,